Alright guys, so I'm going to show you how to do some custom sounds on the old Nirvana radio. I'm definitely no pro at tech stuff and doing these videos, but we'll try to get through it and make it as simple as possible for you guys to follow along. So here we have my desktop, and the first thing I want to show you is I have a Nirvana folder here, and that's what you want to do. What I do is back up all. You can see I have the SD card. This is the new SD card for after you update and upgrade everything. And then I also have the old SD card in here somewhere. Oh, right here under just regular SD. But anyway, we're going to be using. So back everything up on here. That way, if ever anything goes wrong, you can always set it back. Reformat the SD card itself, and then reinstall the original stuff and start over. No big deal. I don't think it's possible to brick it through the SD card, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so to do the custom sounds, the first thing you're going to need, of course, is some sounds. One of the things I did, I like using like these cartoon sound effects for like my switches. So all I did was Google cartoon sound effects, and I found a site where I downloaded like 50 of them or something like that, which is pretty cool. So the next thing you're going to need is Audacity to convert these files. So what we're going to do is we're going to open Audacity. Yeah, okay. And we're going to import a file as audio. Now, I have one in my Nirvana. Where is it? That I want to use. Here we go. There's the Nirvana file. Evil Laugh. I want to use this one. I'm going to use this for my startup tone when I turn the radio on, and I'll show you how to do that. So here it is. Pretty cool, huh? All right, so the first thing we want to do is we have to convert it to mono. So we're going to split stereo track to mono. Then we just delete one of them, and now we have a mono soundtrack. Easy enough, right? The next thing we want to do is we want to make sure it's waveform. And then format, we want 16-bit PCM. Rate, we can usually use at whatever it is. 4100, I think even 4800 hertz works, but 4100 hertz is fine. And that's that. And then down here at your project rate, 3200 will work. It's hit and miss with the 3200 for OpenTX, but 1600 works like almost all the time, and 8000 works definitely all the time. And because it's going through such a tiny little speaker, you're not going to hear any difference in that whatsoever. So now we have our track already to go. We're going to go to File, Export, and we want to export as an audio file. And in my Nirvana, you can see I already have the Nirvana folder picked here. You can pick whatever folder you want from here. And I have my custom sounds folder that I want to put it in. File name. The file name needs to be about four characters, maybe 5, but just stay with 4 characters. Make it something short so you know what it is when we go to find it. So I'm just going to put EVLL. or just EVL. Actually, I could probably do EVIL, huh? Because it does 4 characters. And wave, we want to make sure the save as type is wave 16-bit PCM, which it already is. And then we hit save. You're going to get this little thing that comes up if you want to artist name, track title, blah, 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 blah. That doesn't really, we don't really need any of that, so all you have to do is hit OK. And, excuse me, we are done with that. Now we have our file in our Nirvana folder under custom sounds. We have EVIL. And actually, I want to make this as my startup. So I need to change this. The name of the startup is hello. So I guess we can use 5 characters since that is hello, huh? But anyway. So now I have my SD card from the Nirvana right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into sounds. Wait, I'm sorry. Let's go back to that file because I need to copy this to put it in there. You can drag it in too, but copy works just fine. So we're going to go into sounds, English, and for the system, for the hello, I want it in system. These are going to be all your switch sounds, and I'm going to show you how to do that in 1 second. So under system, I'm just going to right click and hit paste and replace file in this destination. And now under my system, hello. And if you want to know what any of the sounds are, just open the SD card and play them. Like if you want to, and then you can name it whatever these names are here, and it will replace that file with the custom sound that you make. So where is my hello? Here's my hello. And so now when I turn my radio on, that is the sound that I'm going to get. So now I've already showed you how to convert the files, but let's go back into the Nirvana and my custom sounds here, and I have some here that I already use for different switches. So let's unfortunately they're not, I want to import them all, and we'll just import them all. So we'll hit copy all these sounds, and this time we're going to go into sounds, English, and just not into the system, but just in this regular one here. We can just tap on that and hit, wait, how do I do it? I should be able to just paste them in there. Yeah, here's paste, duh. For some reason I already had one of those sounds in there, but we will replace the file in that destination. Oh, I bet it was under disarm, and I named this one disarm. So now when we go to assign switches, we can have all these custom sounds on our switches. And so that is that. Now one last thing I want to show you is if you want to do music. Now there's a little thing to this, like if you have if it's some kind of copyrighted music, Audacity is not going to let you use it. But for some reason, like this Slayer Raining Blood, is not a copyrighted music, so it lets me use it. So the first thing we want to do is split stereo to mono. So now we have a mono track, delete one. Now at the beginning of this, it has like that storm thing. I don't want to use that. I'm just going to start it from here where the music starts. So we just click here. We drag back till that turns white. Go into edit and hit cut. And now it will start from there. So now I can use this for my BG music and put it on a switch and just have like play some music like when I'm going up to the starting line at a race to irritate everybody. And same thing, format 16-bit. The rate is whatever it is. It's at 4100 hertz. That will work just fine. We already have it in mono. We're going to take this to 16, project rate to 16 hertz. File, export audio, wavelength 16-bit PCM. That's what we want. We want it in our custom sounds folder, and we need to rename it something shorter. So we'll just name it SLR for Slayer. And if you guys can see, I've actually already done this in here. So I don't really need to do it again. But that's how you do it, and export it just like that. And then you can have that as a custom sound for your BG music on a switch or whatever. Alright, so next we're going to put the SD card in the radio, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay guys, so here we go. So now what we do is we replace the SD card in the radio. I guess I could have showed you guys this at the beginning, but the SD card is underneath the neck strap thing, so you got to take the neck strap off with these two little screws right here to pop out the SD card. My other videos where I'm doing the custom splash screen and stuff show how to do that in there. So here's the SD card in there. So now when we fire it up, we should have our new hello sound. And there we go. And I've already done my custom splash screen. I have a video on that. And I don't know if you can see this up here in the corner, but I also did some custom widgets because I didn't like the little OpenTX thing in there. So I put my own little Panda Skadoosh label up there for one of the buttons. And you can actually change all these too. I'll show you guys how to do that in another video. It's pretty easy. But I didn't see, I wanted to get rid of the OpenTX, but I didn't see any reason to change these other ones. Maybe I'll make them a little, I'm going to see if I can make them a little smaller. So, I don't know. Anyway, let's get to what we were supposed to be doing here. So now we go into our model, and if you don't know how to set up switches already, it's basically the same as OpenTX. It's just a little different looking screens. And actually, I think Joshua Bardwell has a video out now showing how to set up your switches. But it's real simple. We're going to go into the special functions. Once we have our switches set up, like this is my arm switch.
Yeah, baby.
And I actually have global function volume here. I can show you how to do that later.
Yeah, baby.
So we can turn that up and down. So it's real easy. I had the track that I switched and made this yeah baby sound out of. All we have to do is touch that, hit edit, we pick our switch, play track, and then our little abbreviation that we put in there, and that's that. Real simple. The only other thing I did is if you can see down here that Slayer song, I put it on, I don't know if you guys can see this, I put it on, let me Zoom in here a little bit. I put it on BG Music. There we go. Put it on BG Music on the switch here on the back. So now it plays that Rain and Blood track. That we made with Audacity. And that's on the global function switch too, so we can turn that up and down. So that's that. Real simple. When we going to do these, actually here's one I want to change. Which one is it? This one. This one I want to change to, so we're going to hit edit. We have our switch picked, we have play sound pick, and then under value we pick what we want it to be. Actually, that's the up one. I didn't want to change that. Darn it. I want to change the down one, which is here. That's the one we want to edit. Because I had that astonished in there. And I want it to make this little sound instead. One thing, the reason I'm doing that is because that prepare to be astonished is a little long. So that means that this is not going to activate until that whole thing plays. So that's another thing. When you make these little tracks, you want to make them short and sweet.
Yeah, baby.
Otherwise, you got to wait for that stupid sound to finish. Or if you have to do something and you're turning it on and off, then you have to listen to the thing a million freaking times. So make them short and sweet. But there you go. There's the hello when you turn it on, and the
Yeah, baby.
our little custom cartoon sounds that I put in there. Here's my flip over after crash. So I like the cartoon sounds. So there you go. That's how you do it. Real simple, guys. Real simple. And that's that. I hope that helped you guys out and you get some killer custom sounds. A little wet fart in there. Okay, guys, so one final thing of note here. This Audacity program is really cool for all kinds of voice stuff, sounds, cleaning up audio, all kinds of crap. And if you want to make your own custom sound in here, you can go Google text to speech and you can get like the where you text in something and you can get like the cute British girl's voice or whatever and put that in here and generate your own custom sound pack, or you can even make your own. I don't give a fuck. Like so, just record something. We'll trim off these dead zones. It, fuck, fuck. And what you can do then, let's just use this part right here. And you can just select this, do the mono thing and everything else I showed you first. And then of course we'll generate it the same way we generated it. But you can go into effects here and you can change the pitch. You can add bass and treble. You can do things like echo. You can do things, you can reduce the noise on it. You can add a reverb. You can even, here's a phaser thing. So anyway, you can play with it and make all kind. You can even echo it. There's a repeat. Where's the repeat? So you can do it twice. Anyway, so you can generate your own sound pack if you so choose. This Audacity is a really great tool for monkeying with music, making sounds, making your own custom sounds, all that stuff. So I hope this helped you guys out and you get some killer custom sounds on your awesome Nirvana. And peace out, Trouser Trout.